Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over how to make a schedule for anything you have in your life. The principles that I will be talking about today can be used at any point for anything that you need in your life. You can do this digitally on your phone with your apps. I have an iPhone, so you can use your Notes app, your Reminders app. You can download extra apps that are specifically for scheduling and things like that. But I am old school and I like to write everything down. And I use my phone as a helper and not as my main source of anything. And the way my brain works, if I put it on the phone, I have to remember to go and look at it on the phone. When I have it on a piece of paper, then I can lay the paper out on a desk or by my nightstand where I can see it, and I'll be reminded to actually look at it. On my phone, it will be lost in the sauce. If I pick my phone up to go get it, if an app notifies me, I'm going to go get that app, go look at that app. If I open my phone and I see an app that I want to get on, I'm going to get on the app and I'm going to forget what I was doing. And then my whole schedule will be off forever. So I don't use my phone. And I don't suggest other people using their phone, but other people need their phone or use their phone differently than I do. And so it's better for them to have it on the phone than on paper. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how I write it down. You can also use your alarms to work in tandem with what you're doing. If you have certain things that need to be done by a certain time, what I do is 2 alarms. I do a 5-minute alarm and then an alarm at the exact time. Actually, that's what I used to do. Now I do a 30-minute alarm so that I can have time to stop what I'm doing to go do whatever I'm going to go do. The 5-minute alarm didn't really work for me because I was usually in the middle of something and it takes longer than 5 minutes to stop what I'm doing. And then I just run past the next alarm and then forget that alarm went off and I need to go do something. So I write it down, I print it out, and sometimes I color coordinate it. So if there's something that has to do with mealtime is green. So if I see green on my paper, then I know that has to do with meals. If I see red is for workout and I see red on my paper, I know that's about working out. I did find for me that color coding too much became overwhelming and overstimulating. So now that my schedule is in black and white because it's just easier for my brain, even though it looks pretty in color and I understand that there's a correlation behind the colors, it was just too much for me. So I just went and tried black and white and it's working out better for me. So what I found to have the best schedule to most optimize your time is we have to evaluate our time, we have to evaluate our lives, and we have to evaluate what we're doing in our lives. It is not necessary to do this. You can absolutely have a schedule without it. I'm going to start with the more in-depth stuff. So if that's not your cup of tea, if you're not here for that, you can jump ahead to the timestamp that I'll put up above here. For those who would like to go a little bit deeper and really want to change your life, we're going to go deep into where your time is going. This first part is for those who are asking the question, where's the time gone? So I do recommend a pen and paper. You can get this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. 1 pack of pens, 1 pack of paper. It's going to be a few weeks to do this. I ended up doing it for a month, but you don't have to take a month. For me, it took a month. I really wanted to have my schedule down packed to the minute in a sense. So before you start planning, you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to invest? Our human nature is to be committed to a more familiar discomfort than we are to an unfamiliar possibility. And so we tend to stand on the side that we've always known versus branching out into something different. And so today I'm challenging you to step outside of your comfort zone and do something different that will absolutely change your life and free up more time than you know. We have to acknowledge our toxic behaviors that threaten our future. The procrastination, the fear, maybe it's laziness, maybe you're just unwilling to do something different, but in the back of your mind, you have that nagging feeling that I know I need to change in order to do better, but I don't know how to. I'm going to help you get to that how to. Be honest with yourself. That's the only way that we're going to move forward. That's the only way that we're going to get through the nitty gritty and see what's really getting in our way of our next steps. Now, what I'm about to say and what we're about to go through is going to sound like a lot, but just remember this is an investment into your future to get you on the right track to doing the things that you want to do and getting things done where you feel like you don't have the time to get it done. I'm not a professional. This is just stuff that I've learned along the way doing the research. You have your own mind that is special and unique to you, and so you have to learn to work with it. I'm just giving you some tips and tools, but you have to learn the way your brain works and kind of biohack it to get certain things done. I don't have all the answers for that, but hopefully some of this will help you tap into that and get things done. Before we start getting into planning, we're going to evaluate our lives, and we're going to evaluate different areas of our lives to help us get more focused and a better schedule that doesn't need to be tweaked too much. And if it does need to be tweaked, we already have all the background information and it's easy to plug and play. You're doing it with more intention and more focus, which is one of my goals for this year. So let's get into it. We're going to write down every area of our lives, whether it be our relationship with our husband, our relationship with our children, our relationship with friends, our relationship with family, relationships in general. If you don't want to get that deep, you could just put relationships, finances, working out, eating, personal hygiene, spiritual life, prayer, meditation. You can go as deep or as superficial as you like. The deeper you get into it, the more impact it has on your outcome. We also want to make sure we put in our thoughts. We want to put our mental state on there. And then we're going to rank it from 1 through 10. We can do 1 through 5. You can do stars, hearts, however you want to rank it, but a ranking from I feel great about it to I feel horrible about it. Anything we feel that we can improve on, we're going to put 2 actions behind it that we can use to change in these areas. I would start with my biggest insecurities, and I would ask myself, what part of me needs to die now in order for my best self to be born? And any area I can think of, I'm going to put that on the list as well. This is the part for the people that ask, where's the time gone? I don't know where the time went, what I was doing. First thing that we're going to do after we've evaluated our lives, we're going to put that to the side for later. And now we're just going to live our lives as if nothing is changing, nothing has changed. Just go about your everyday life. We're going to write down what we're doing. So when we wake up, you're going to write down on the paper, I woke up at 1 p.m. If you go to the bathroom next and brush your teeth and do all that, then you're going to put down, I went to the bathroom at 2 p.m. to 2:15. And we're going to do that for everything in our life. We're going to make a record of our everyday life. We're going to do this for at least a week. I did this for a month because I felt after a week, the first couple of days were very vague. They were not detailed. I kept forgetting to do it. I forgot times. I forgot different things. So I wanted more information. This is your life, your scheduling, so do whatever works best for you. Doing this helps us be aware of time passing and where we're procrastinating. For me, I found out that I was on my phone a lot more than I thought I was. Even when the time pops up on my iPhone, I know it does it. It'll say your screen time was this much. You were on your phone for this much. And it'll even break it down like you were on YouTube for this long and Instagram for that long or whatever. But even seeing that, it didn't impact me in the same way that this did, because that's just on a small scale. This is one area. When we break it down like this, we see it compared to everything else. Now we're going to evaluate our findings. What did we do each day? And is this how I wanted to use each day? Did I do what I was expecting to do? Was I doing things the way that I intended on doing them? Or was I wasting more time than I thought I was? Did I get sidetracked more often than I thought I did? How much time did I spend on things? Was I being productive? Was I using my time the way I wanted to spend time? And we're going to also ask ourselves, what can I do better? We're going to go back, take those categories with the action plans and the practical information that we have, and we're going to ask, what can I do better and where can I do better? Once we have all of that, this is where everybody joins in. We're going to take all the information that we gathered. We're going to make a priorities list. Should have everything on there that you want to do in a day, everything you need to do in a day. And it doesn't have to be necessarily in order right now. We're just going to write down what our priorities are. We're going to take, again, into account what we've already evaluated in the areas that we need to work on and the action plan that we put down on paper. Then we're going to ask ourselves, how much time do we want to spend each day on these things? And we have to be realistic. What is a realistic expectation of our time? If there are certain things on your priority list that have to get done at a certain time, go ahead and write that down. So we're going to have our priority list. We're going to have how much time we want to spend and at what time we need to get it done by, or at what time we need to start it. Some people schedule their time down to the minute. I am not one of those people. If I have a certain time for everything on my list, I will be overwhelmed and get anxiety and nothing will get done. So for me, I only have a few key things that need to get done by a certain time, and that's it. Let's learn our brains and work with it and not against it to get these things done. So again, I'd love to have everything down to the minute. That would make me, in theory, so happy. But in practice, overwhelmed, anxious, and not doing well mentally. And so I had to learn to take that expectation off of the list and say, what works best for me is making sure I get dinner done on time and making sure I go to bed on time. Everything else, I just put in the order that I want to get it done. Now that we have everything done, everything out, put out on a list, we're going to put it in order in the way that we want to get it done. When we do that, we're going to try it out. The next step is try it out. See if it's working for you. See if you could work with this new flow. Follow your new schedule as much as possible. And then don't be afraid to tweak things. Work with your everyday life. Work with the people around you to get the best schedule that you need. This is all new to you. So be easy with yourself and know that this is a process, something you have to work on. And so just keep working at it, keep trying, keep going, and eventually you'll find the flow that works best for you. So I'm going to show you what mine looks like. I break things down into every day, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Here is my yearly schedule, and I just did it a little vaguely, but I would add going to the doctor, going to the dentist, and things like that as well. And here is my monthly schedule. Most of it is cleaning because I am a stay-at-home mom, so those are the things that I need to get done. But if you can think of other things that need to get done in a month, go ahead and add it here as well. Here is a quick look at an outline of what my weekly schedule looks like. And this is what it looks like when I go to write it down and I put it on my wall. As you can see, I made each specific day of the week something different. So like a cleaning day, a laundry day, stuff like that. So that every day has a specific task that I should be working on, and I get more stuff done this way. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss my next video. Thank you. Now you can do this digitally. You can do this digitally. Oh wow. Hello. My tongue is stuck. Digitally. What? I'm sure that will make sense when I'm editing, and then I'll be like, why did you repeat that 1,000 times?